Hi, everyone. This is Rick. Should we go to church or not? I was in a church this past week where the pastor did a big sermon on that, trying to get everybody to commit to coming to church more in 2024. And then he started using Bible phrases out of context, of course. But what he said wasn't wrong. It's just that he didn't touch on the right response. He didn't touch on the purpose of what church was for. Church is not there so that we could sing hymns and pray and the pastor could teach us. That's not how we grow close to Christ. Church is there for the fellowship. Think of it as a potluck. We all get together for a potluck. Everybody brings a little something to eat. Somebody brings more, others bring less, depending on what their specific situation allows them to do. But yet they all sit down and feed on all of the nourishment together. That's what church is. Everybody in a church brings these things to encourage each other, to wash each other's feet. This is why Jesus washed his disciples' feet at the Last Supper in the Gospel of John. He was demonstrating the need for fellowship. As we go through this world, we're going to get persecuted. We're going to see conflicts. We're going to get pulled down into depression. We're going to get dirtied and tempted in every way. And we come home, we're going to want to take a nice hot bath with clean water and soap. Fellowship is that spiritual bath. That is that spiritual foot washing as we, in our countenance and in our demeanor, walk through this life. Jesus said, where two or three are gathered together, there I will be also. He was talking about that church. Should we go to church? Well, that's between you and the Lord. The churches that we see on the street corners and in our towns, some of them have very fulfilling purposes for God's people. Some of them do not. And there are a lot of Christians, myself included, who don't want anything to do with the church, really. For whatever reason. The underlying reason that most don't think about in their conscience is that it doesn't provide that food. We have that hunger, and when we go in there, we don't see a bunch of little Jesuses walking around shining the light of truth and peace. We see a bunch of pettiness. And the people in the church excuse it and say, yeah, we're all hypocrites. We're all sinners. Well, if you're walking in Christ and drawing near to him in the Spirit, you won't be. So, it really is up to you, but don't forsake the fellowship. Hebrews 10:25 is the one main verse that churches use constantly to tell you why you have to go, because God said so. It's a command. Well, for one thing, it's not a command, but I'll get into that in another video. Secondly, the benefit of going to church is for that fellowship and that teaching, that potluck, that encouraging each other, where we feed off of the Spirit and draw closer to Christ through our fellowship and wash the muck of the world away. And that's why most people don't want anything to do with churches today. Don't give up on God. Find that fellowship. Email me if you feel the need. I will be happy to fellowship with you. If we want to get together in a live chat, we will do that. I'm about ready to go live and do a live stream on both my YouTube and my TikTok. I've never done it before, so I may just pop up one day and do it for a few minutes just to experiment so I can get some feedback. But eventually I want to get some kind of structure so we can fellowship more together. Until next time, God bless.